What's up, y'all? It's your boy Sounds with another video here. What I want to talk about today is the importance of building a fan base. You know, whether you're an artist or producer, either one. I know back in the day when you were an artist, producer, whatever have you, and you wanted to get on in the industry, you know, a lot of people, you know, they would go sit in front of record labels, find out where the record labels are, try to push their CD out like that. But it's a new day and time. We have the internet. The internet today, you can just put your music out and the whole world can possibly see it, feel it, whatever, you know. And you need to use that to put your music out there. I mean, I've talked to so many artists and producers who honestly don't believe in the internet. You know, they don't believe, you know, or they're just slacking off and they're procrastinating when it comes to this. You need to put your music out where people can see it, where they can hear it. I mean, it's such a broad community out there where you can just put your music out and literally billions of people can see it. The internet is the biggest tool out there when it comes to any type of business. I don't care what you do. I mean, if you think about it, look at the U.S. Postal Service. They're basically going bankrupt right now because they can't keep up with what the internet and text messaging has to offer. I mean, people back in the day, if you didn't have a phone, you would send a letter. You would write a letter. Of course, you had to pay for a stamp, which the U.S. Postal Service will make money off of. But now, they're losing money because people could just send an email and it's free. They could send a text message, whatever they want to do, just like that, without having to pay for it. They don't have to pay for a stamp or anything like that. It's all free. So the internet is conquering so much, and you can use that same power to get your beats out or get your songs out or whatever it is that you want to do and just get it out, whether you're a singer, rapper, whatever. And I can't stress enough how important it is. If you're trying to get on and try to build your career as an artist or producer, actor, whatever you do, use the internet to do that. I mean, if you look at the artists who have gotten on just using the internet, look at Soulja Boy, look at this dude Lil B, he got signed by Soulja Boy. Look at Justin Bieber. I mean, Justin Bieber, if you haven't seen that movie, as an artist who's trying to get on, you need to go watch that movie. It's a very inspirational movie. Too many people are looking at that movie as entertainment, and then they going back trash talking Justin Bieber because of what type of music he does or however he acts or whatever. But if you really look at that movie, you could get some pointers from that movie. I mean, the things he did in that movie was crazy for me. It just really just took my whole mindset to another level. When I saw that movie and the things he did, when he went to radio stations for them to play his song, they wouldn't play his song because he was a little kid. They said, why don't you take him to the Disney Channel or Nickelodeon, try that first, and then let him go that route and then build his way up to the mainstream. Justin Bieber, he took it a whole nother route. He was already big on the internet, so he said, you know what, every time I go to a radio station and they want me to sing, I'm going to tweet all my fans and all my followers on Twitter, and I'm going to send them a message. And when he did that, these big crowds would show up at the radio stations. So they were like, wait a minute, we have to play this kid's record because he already has a fan base that's willing to listen. And if he has a fan base that's willing to listen to his music, then we'll play his music so they'll listen to our radio station. Simple as that. So you can use the internet to do that and build your fan base on your own without a record label, you know, without a record deal, without any of that. You don't really need any of these people. That's all old school. I mean, don't get me wrong. They have connections that you don't have as far as getting your record played on the radio, because you can't just go to a radio station and hand them your record. Internet in total gets billions of hits a day, every day. So if you put your music out on the internet, there's a billion people that are just surfing around the internet all day, and that may possibly come across your music or your talent or whatever it is that you're trying to do and boom, you start building the fan base. Now, I'm not telling you that it's going to build up overnight, because it's not. That's not going to happen. That's not a reality. You're not going to get rich overnight. I'm not saying it never happened before, but it's just not the reality. You have to work at it. You have to get up there and just keep working at it and putting stuff up, and it'll build little by little. And next thing you know, you got this big crowd of people who know who you are all around the world. It's not just in your town or in your city. You know, I know back in the day, people used to sell their CDs out their trunk, and they still do it. And in a lot of places, it's really hard to do it that way, because people ain't gonna come out their pockets most of the time. I see a lot of artists coming out of the South, they're getting big, and the reason why they're getting big is not because record companies like them. They're getting blown up and they're getting put on the radio because record companies see the type of fan base that they built. That's what record companies are looking for now. They're not looking for talent anymore. They don't care how great you can sing. They don't care how great your beats are. They don't care about none of that. They want to see what type of numbers you're pushing out. They want to see what type of fan base you have. They want to know if they can make money off you, period. That's what record labels are looking for, to make money. That's all they're out for. They want to know if they sign you, what are they going to get out of the deal? Let me tell you, that fan base is a big negotiating tool when you go to any record label. Because let's just say you have 200,000 to 300,000 fans or subscribers on YouTube or wherever it is, or followers on Twitter. You can bring that to a record label, and then they will sign you to a record deal of a lump sum amount of money. They might sign you to like a $2, $3, $4 million record deal based on the amount of fans you have. I mean, I don't know how many of y'all know who Mike Colombo is on YouTube, but he did the same thing. He was a producer. He does the same thing I do. He makes beats on the internet, puts them out on YouTube, puts his videos out. And he hooked up with Shane Dawson, who is a really big YouTuber. And when he did that, his YouTube subscription base jumped to like 200,000 off of that. You know, once he made that video and then he got put out there because of Shane Dawson, boom, and then he ended up getting signed to So So Def. Jermaine Dupri signed this kid just to make beats for him. And I know that that was based on his subscription. He wouldn't have got that attention without subscriptions, because I see a lot of hot producers, a lot of hot artists they're very talented out there, and they're not getting the recognition they deserve because of the fan base that they have. They don't have a very big fan base. And I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot of research that goes into actually getting people to click on your videos. You have to understand that people don't just click on videos because you put your name on it. You know, people don't really care who you are because they don't know you. You know, unless you're already blown up. If you're like Drake or 50 Cent or Jay-Z or somebody like that, yeah. You know what I'm saying? If you're that person and you put a video out, yeah, it's going to get thousands of views, millions of views possibly. But you got to understand that there's certain words that you have to put in your titles to your videos or whatever it is to have the search engines even find you when people are searching for stuff. So when people are searching for music on the internet, you have to do a search yourself before you even put a video out, before you even put material out there saying that's gonna match what people are searching for, so that your stuff shows up when they search for something. Like right now, if you go into Google, just go to Google and type in beat making tips. There's 10 video results that come up. I got 5 of them. I mean, not on a bragging level, nothing like that, but it's because I did the proper research needed to get my videos placed on Google. And I actually have like the top 4 results on Google. If you type in beat making tips in Google, go to Google, and it's out of like 79,000 results, and I got like the top 5. One way I did this was I used YouTube. YouTube's already popular. If you build your own website, your website's not popular once you build it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, use the popular website, use Twitter, use Facebook, use YouTube. You know, these sites get millions of hits a day. Every day they get hits. Millions of them. They're already popular. So you can use that, and then you have to use a popular phrase that people are typing in. One place you can go and find phrases that are popular is Google AdWord keyword tool. Google AdWord keyword tool. Remember that. That is one place where I would go, because I learned a lot of stuff from, especially a chick named Lisa Irby. That's where I learned a lot of stuff from. She's a really big internet marketer. She puts out tips every day. Her name's Lisa3876 on YouTube if you want to check her out. But I learned a lot of stuff from her. That's how I know where to go and what type of stuff to put up there, because whenever you're thinking of putting up a video, you want to go in and type it in Google or type it in YouTube and see how many results it has. See how many views that type of stuff gets. Before I started even putting my beats up, I went in YouTube to see if people making beats even got a lot of views, to see if that. You can't just put your name up there and expect people to just, oh, they're gonna flock to it because you got hot beats. That's not gonna happen. The title of it is what's going to attract it, and what you put in your titles and in your descriptions and in your tags is what's going to attract people to your videos and to whatever you put on your website. You got to make sure the search engines are going to find that, and they're going to put the most popular stuff up there. From doing this, that's how I got in the top 5 results of Google. 1, because I use YouTube, which is a popular site, and 2, because I did the research and entitled my videos what I needed to title them based on that research that I did. And that's what needs to happen. And a lot of people don't want to do this because it's a little time consuming, but don't get me wrong, it works. And if you do this, you can grow your pages. You can, after a while, you'll build a fan base on whatever site that you're building it on, and next thing you know, you can make money off it and you can start doing stuff like this. This is your boy Sound signing off. I do have a place below where I'm going to put the link where you can view my beat making tips and all my tutorials. Blogger. I put them all in one place so you don't have to search around and look for stuff. But I'll put the link below this video for both of those. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll check y'all in the next video. Peace.